today's topic: spending more on your vehicle than it's worth. Tomorrow, I'm finally getting my van lifted. My van cost $6,700. The lift kit is gonna cost me $4,000 installed. So basically, my mod is gonna cost me more than half of what my vehicle's worth. So that's a car guy thing. It's not very smart being into cars. It costs a lot of money if you're a car fanatic. True story. I didn't want to be into cars anymore. This was when I was younger. I didn't want to be into cars anymore because it was so expensive and I didn't have a job that could support my hobby. So I got a Dodge Neon. I just got a normal car to not be into cars anymore. I got a Dodge Neon, just a normal Dodge Neon, not an SRT4 or a RT Neon, just a normal Neon. And I hated every second of it. So after that, I got a 98 Buick Regal GS with a supercharger. I modded that car, put an intercooler headers, and I was myself again. But yeah, being into cars is expensive. So if you're a regular on my channel, I got this van last year, February 24th, 2020. And 1 year later, I'm finally getting my lift kit. I've been talking about this lift kit for a year. It's an expensive mod. Like I said, $4,000. It's more than half of what this van's worth. But I really want a lift kit. My justification for a lift kit is that I want to go to the desert. I want to hang out in the desert in the middle of nowhere, and my van needs a lift kit. But honestly, 90% of wanting a lift kit is I want a taller ride height, and I like the looks of lifted vans. But what I like about vans is the ride height. Stock vans ride really high, and I like the view that vans give you, especially when you're on a road trip. You got a nice view of the road, and with the lift kit, I'll have an even nicer view of the road. So 90% of it is the looks and the ride height. But the lift kit I'm going with is Well-Tec. In my previous van, I got an Action Van suspension lift kit. It was $3,000 installed, $1,000 less. This time around, I'm going for top of the line, Well-Tec. And what I hear about the Well-Tec kit is that my van is gonna ride really, really nice. I felt like my van rode really nice with the Action Van suspension kit. And I think that's due to, like, when I put my Action Van suspension lift kit in my previous van, my van was a 92. I think replacing all the shocks and springs, refreshing the ride, and that's why my van rode a lot nicer when I got the Action Van in. So I'm really looking forward to how the Well-Tec kit's gonna ride. Because if it rides better than the Action Van kit, man, it's gonna be really nice. Because honestly, I think my van rides really nice right now, stock. Even though it's a 350 heavy duty frame, I still love the ride of this van. So if it rides even better than it rides now, man, it's gonna be sweet. The ride combined with the ride height, it's gonna be really cool, I think. So yeah, today is the last day of my van being normal height. So at the end of this video, I'll show you guys a clip of my last van when it was out in the desert stock. See, my last van, this is the extended model Econoline. My last van was the shorty Econoline, standard version Econoline, and I used to take that van out in the desert stock height. So I haven't taken this out deep into the desert stock height because the back end of this van is so long, I feel like I'm gonna get hung up on something. And that's another reason why I'm going with a 6-inch lift. I need all the lift I could get for the back end of this van since it's so long. So I'll show you guys the last day of being stock height right now. When I get to work here in a second, I'll film it real quick. And by the time you see this video, it'll be the next day because I'm headed to work right now. So I'm not gonna be able to edit this when I get home. I gotta get to bed as soon as possible. My appointment is 7 in the morning, so I'm not gonna get much sleep tonight. And I'm really excited, so I'm probably not gonna sleep good anyway. I wasn't gonna sleep good anyway, even if my appointment's later. Because a whole year of saving $4,000. And then when I bought this van, I had a few expenses, all 4 brake calipers, all 4 rotors, and new brake pads. That was one of the expenses that I had with this van, and a new belt and a new belt tensioner. So I had a few little expenses here and there with this van, but 1 year later, finally getting the lift kit. I had a vision for this van the day I bought it. I wanted to lift it like I did with my last van, and a lot of the things that I put in my last van transferred over to this van. Only a few new things. The bed is brand new. Is that it? I think that's all I did. I just got a bed, a futon, folding sofa bed futon for this van. That was pretty much it. So yeah, I didn't buy too many new things for this van, honestly. I needed a new solar battery. I'm pretty sure I'll remember later all the new parts for this van. Like the rims, for example. The rims, I just painted them black and put chrome trim rings, so that wasn't a big expense. So $6,700 plus $4,000, $10,700. I'm probably gonna get a locker. You know what? I am gonna get a locker for this van, rear locker for this van. That's another $2 grand, so that puts me at about $12,000. So this van build is gonna end up costing me 12 grand, just about 12 grand, and it will add like $1,000 here and there, so 13 grand. This van build is gonna end up being $13,000. So I think that's a pretty good build. That's a pretty well-rounded build. This is a 99 Econoline with a V10 engine. It had 104,000 miles when I bought it. It has 112 now. No, 116 now. And this is a lot nicer. I had a lot nicer starting point than when I got my last van. That was another goal I had when I got this van, is I wanted a van that was a lot nicer than my last van. So this van is a lot nicer than my last van. When I got my last van, you know, brand new, my last van was only $2,000. That was back in 2009, I think. So yeah, I have a good starting point right now. So let me see, do I got any parking back here? Do I have any spots? Yup. I'll take the last one. Okay, I'll film the outside of this van one last time. Stock height. Last day being stock height. And this is why I never took it deep into the desert. See how long the back is from the tire to the back? Really long. So I didn't want to get hung up on something, like when I'm going down a hill, I didn't want to hang the back out on anything. The stock length Econoline ends right here, about where this muffler is. It ends about right here. So a lot shorter overhang. So I was able to take it out to the desert stock height. But now this is gonna have a lift and I'll be able to take it off-roading. 1 year wait. It's finally gonna happen. In life that money cannot buy. One is respect and two is time. Once your time has passed, you could never turn back the clock and get it back. No matter how rich you are, you can't turn back the clock. And you know, one of my reasons for going out today is for my pets. One of my dogs, he's 12 years old, and my other dog is like 7 now. And I never want to live my life thinking that I could have done more for my pets. You know, I always want to live my life feeling like I did my best for them. And you know, they're easy to please, man. Very, very easy to please. You know, just take them out. You know, take them out every so often to someplace different, and you know, it's like Disneyland to them. So that's the whole reason I'm coming out today, you know, for my pets here. So I'm gonna stop by here. The road looks a little wet, so hopefully don't get stuck. Hey buddy. Alright, this guy right here, that's Chunk. He's like 7 years old. He's getting up there in age, but he still has some young legs on him. Go run! Come on, bud. He's like a shelter mutt from the animal shelter. Taking a piss, man. Use the bathroom. Go run, have fun. This guy right here, he's 12. He's just kind of chilly. Did you sleep the whole time, buddy? You want to go out? You're taking a snack break. Is it good, man? Put this guy up here so that this guy won't steal his bone. He likes to steal food from this guy right here. Okay, this is going to be the fun part. My tires are pretty muddy right now because it's still pretty muddy from the rain, so let's see if I get stuck. Okay, let's see if I get stuck. Alright, I'm moving. That's a good sign. Alright, the key is keep moving, don't stop. So let's go ahead and keep the speed at 10 miles per hour. So far so good. There's a part I'm worried about. Alright, we're good. Alright. Looks like I'm not spending the night out here. Alright, here's my 40 Econoline lifted. I dropped it off on Monday and picked it up Tuesday. I left it overnight at Full Tilt Off-Road. They also own Action Van Suspension, and they're the guys who designed the kit for this vehicle. So I figured they should install it. They've worked with it before, so they know what they're doing. $2,800 altogether for the install and the lift. I have no problems with that. Support US workers. Support the economy. Pretty much everything in here is made in America. Bilstein shocks. The back of trucks are all the same when it comes to lifting them. It's just a lift block. Simple. That's the easy part. The hard part, I'm guessing, is the front. Because a lot of the front was changed out. You could tell what's new. It's powder coated. Taller coil springs. Bilstein shocks. Like I said, made in America. Re-engineered I-beam suspension. There's their lovely logo right there. I need to ask for a decal. That's what I forgot to ask for. I'll email them today and see if they have any. And then the front, steering stabilizer, Rancho, again made in America. That makes me feel good when I buy made in America, since pretty much nothing's made in America anymore. Oh yeah, there you go, all the way around. Dinky rims and tires. I'm gonna change that out pretty soon, but yeah, it just doesn't fit the vehicle now. They're very smallish for this vehicle. There you go. I think it's a dramatic difference in height. It's about a 5-inch lift. The fender gap in the back is about 10 inches now compared to 5. You could fit your freaking head in there now. And then the front, up front, it's about an 11-inch gap or so, 10.5 to 11, something like that. So pretty much a 5-inch lift. Surprisingly, it's not top heavy. I mean, you know, a van is a van. You're not gonna go canyon carving in the mountains with the van, but pretty much feels like stock. Not a dramatic change at all in ride. In fact, it actually rides better, but when it comes to the tippiness, it feels about the same. Not dramatically different at all. Not even noticeable, but ride quality improved a lot. I'm guessing because everything in this thing was 20 years old. So, you know, new shocks, new coil springs, so that probably made the ride a lot better. I'm happy with it. How much do I like this thing now? I give it an 8.5 out of 10 in likability. One of my favorite vehicles ever that I've ever owned. So I'm just gonna get some new rims and tires soon, and we'll make another video after that. But there it is. Lift kit for Econoline. Before I go, people are gonna ask why a van? Why two-wheel drive? You should have bought a 4x4. For me, our terrain is mostly sand. You know, when I take this thing out, it's in the sand, so you don't really need a hardcore 4x4 to drive in the sand, you know. And then, you know, I could get like a, you know, a little Ford Ranger 4x4 or something, but, you know, or a little SUV like a Jeep Cherokee. Those go for pretty cheap, but, you know, you can't have this stuff in a Cherokee. You know, TV, my little table, bed. It's a compromise. Yeah, it's not the greatest off-roader, but I have a little house with me, so it's a compromise. Not the greatest off-road vehicle in the world, but you got a bed and you got all that room. You got a little house around you when you take your trips out to the desert, so that's why I chose to lift this. And the sentimental value, I love this van. I think we all are guilty of that, dumping way more money in our vehicles than what they're worth. But that's a car enthusiast guy thing to do.